Is it okay if I record this interview?
Yes.
Okay. So, in a situation of violence at North Hartford, explain what you think would be the biggest issue against teachers or students.
I feel like the biggest issue is basically violence today and how it has evolved over time.
Okay, could you elaborate on that?
Basically, since gun laws and violence and this awareness of violence has increased over time compared to like what it was in the 90s and how our parents went through school. Because I believe that they didn't really have to be aware of like, oh crap, there could be like a shooting and there's threats.
Okay, and like if you ever were in a situation where like you could be harmed, what would you do to protect yourself?
I would probably go in the basement, honestly, because I feel that it is more away from like all the action going on like in the second and third floor.
Yeah.
And then I would find the nearest exit.
Okay, so what makes you feel safe or unsafe at school?
What makes me feel safe at school is probably the environment and the teachers. What makes me feel unsafe at school is the possible drug use and possible like threats that could happen.
Okay, do you think that drug use has like affected school violence in any ways?
There's a chance it has because drugs, as we know, can affect the person and their like mental and physical wellness, but I feel like it has.
Okay, so do you know how violence is obviously against students at schools, but
Yes.
what do you think about violence against teachers?
I feel like violence against teachers is not really talked about that much nowadays because everybody is focused on the students being safe, but nobody is really focused on like, are the teachers going to be okay at the end of the day?
Okay, and going off of that, like if you think that teachers were allowed to like have guns or weapons to defend themselves and their students, would you think that would be okay or no?
I feel like it would and wouldn't. I feel like it would because they need only if they have the proper training and the proper like certifications or whatever they need. And I feel like it wouldn't be okay because there's a chance that like the weapon could be like stolen or used against someone like in some crazy circumstance.
All right, so is there anything else you would like to add on school violence?
Recently what has come to mind, like just randomly, has been with the school violence and training of like where to hide and what to do when a school shooter. I feel like that there is a possibility that a school shooter could be sitting in that crowd watching that presentation or listening to that presentation. So there is a chance that they would know like the preparation of what to do and what not to do during a school shooting, so they know basically the game plan of what's going to happen.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Of course.